We're going to talk about the market. We're going to recap all of the prophecies so that we can stay close to the edges so that we do not miss out on the wealth transfer. But first, I have a very important message that Source, the divine of all, wants me to deliver. And I believe that this is all tied in to everything that's going on in our lives, guys, in our financial system, in the world. This is Tahirah with Instructions for Humanity. Subscribe, guys, subscribe. This is the message that I'm getting, that I want to bring to you today. There's a line being drawn in the sand. There is a line right now in your life that you've been tiptoeing around. You've just left it there. Say, I don't want to deal with it. I'll come back to it later. You may even know that you need to cross that line. Or you may even know that you need to back away from the line and abandon it. But nevertheless, it is the elephant in the room. And today, and during all this retrograde period that's going on for the next few weeks, it's all being brought to a head for us to deal with. What is your line in the sand that you've been dealing with? Is it the fact that you need to step away from certain family members, certain friends, even your children even? Maybe you need to release certain people who have been stealing your energy, who you've been helping, but they never seem to want to actually do the work to make the change. Only you will know what the line in the sand is for you, but there is a line in the sand right now. Each and every one of us, we are faced with a very important decision to make, because this is what's happening when we finally decide to cross that line. Whether we move forward and we stand on the other side of the line, or we move even further back and we stay on this side of our line. These are going to be permanent changes, is what I'm hearing, everlasting and foundational to build the next leg of your experience here on earth, to go to the next level of where you're being called to go to. But you have to cross the line in the sand that you are faced with now. Only you will know what that is. But this is what the divine is telling me. Guys, I talk about this a lot. There's already been the splitting of the two. There's already been the rapture. Some people have already been taken up to the higher realms of consciousness, enlightened. Some people are on the old earth still, meaning still standing in the old energy and the old ways and the old things. People and places that no longer serve their highest divine good. The rapture has already happened. This is also what some people in the love and light community will call the new earth. But it's nothing more than the rapture. It's about your consciousness. The universe is mental. I keep saying it. So this is where we are. And this is why this line in the sand is foundational, is going to be everlasting, and is going to be permanent. This is what the divine wanted me to say. I'm not going to harp on this, but only you will know what the line in the sand is for you. And it's going to be scary, guys. Because no matter what you choose, whether you choose to stay on this side of the line or you choose to move forward and step over that line that has been the elephant in the room in your life, keeps showing up over and over again for you to deal with. No matter what choice you make, someone is going to be disappointed. You can't people please all your life. If I was people pleasing, I wouldn't even be on this channel speaking these divine thoughts from the Most High. So some people will leave your life. When you decide, if you take that step, that line in the sand, even if you don't, and you just stay even more on the side that you're already on, it's going to disappoint people. So the only advice that I can give you is to make this decision for yourself. self. Because each and every one of us, guys, we have a special divine purpose. We're not here on this earth for no reason. There's a divine mission. And if you're on this channel, more than likely, you're probably one of the chosen ones. You are an earth angel. You are. And if we do not take up our divine cross, it could change the course of humanity. That's why my channel is called Instructions for Humanity. And what I do here is I take the divine DNA instructions that the divine has already put inside of us, and then I turn them into messages and deliver the messages to humanity. So decide what that line in the sand is and make the choice from the heart space. The heart space is the reason why the Christ energy came. That was the lesson about Christ. All of the master teachers teach us something different. The Christ came for us to understand how to love unconditionally and how to forgive, because forgiveness is still part of love as well. I'm going to share something with you guys. I've not done this before, but you guys know I'm writing a book, very, very powerful book. I've been writing this book with the divine. I've been getting divine messages. I've been uncoding those divine messages that's in my DNA so that we can get the messages for humanity. So I'm going to read a quote from one of the beautiful divine beings, which is just the Most High at the end of the day. And it's going to explain to you what's going on with all these natural disasters. And we're still going to get to the market. We're going to get there. Okay, let me read this to you. If humanity could simply regulate themselves, there would be no need for a tornado, for an earthquake, for a tsunami even. There would be no need for it. But these things are to bring lessons and are also used to rebuke. They are used to cleanse people and to cleanse the energy of the earth, to reset. When it is time to reset, I bring in the destruction. So guys, I talk a lot about two sides of the coin. I talk a lot about the Christ energy. You flip the coin over, it's the Satan energy. All of these tornadoes, tsunamis, all of the natural disasters, it's all used for cleansing. Just as this quote said, it is used not to only cleanse people off the earth. And you're like, oh, it's so tragic. They passed away, you know, in an earthquake or in a fire. These natural disasters actually are part of the other side of the coin. When it's time to use the cleanup crew, which is the Satan energy, to clean people off of this earth. Now, you can also be a casualty of war. It can also take good souls as well. But nevertheless, Satan energy is used when we need to clean up the earth. But ultimately, it's still used for the highest divine good, because we have to have a reset. That's what I'm talking about with the line in the sand, guys. This line in the sand is part of the reset. This wealth transfer is also part of this reset. Stay with me with the message, because it's going to get deep. Cleanse out people and cleanse the energy on the earth when it is time to reset. This is also what the pandemic that happened in 2020 did. This was a huge catalyst for this message, for the line in the sand, for everything that is about to happen. That 2020 event kicked it off, and you know that they are trying to bring in another one, another pandemic. So we have to really bunker down, cross that line in the sand, get into our soul groups and our soul tribes, because that's what the rapture was. It's putting you into the groups of the chosen from the non-chosen, the awakened from the non-awakened. The ones that will get the wealth transfer and the ones that won't. The chosen ones will have to have the wealth in order to remain on this earth, because the pressure with all of the inflation and interest rates that they're hiking all the time. We will need to have abnormal, that's what I'm hearing, amount of wealth just to have a decent life. Everything's going to cost 3 times as much. This is why the wealth transfer is here. This is why our demonic administration is trying to stop this. I've told you guys before, we were already in a bull market, but Bitcoin was in bondage. It's being withheld from us. Look at the Shiba debacle. Everything happened for a reason. Even when the whole Satoshi and the whole event that happened, it wasn't even done right. It was all scrapped together. It was a stage because they did not want it to run up. Because in truth, these people are tapped into the spirit realm and they know that the wealth transfer is here. They want to block us out. They want to get us to stop believing in the promises that the divine has given to us. They want to stop us. But we won't be stopped. The divine gave me very specific dates. October 17th, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Of course, they're trying to raise the interest rates 2 more times this year. There's going to be another one, I think, at the end of September. So let's hope that it's not too bad, because it will tank the market that people fear. The market is in bondage. When I say Bitcoin is in bondage, it dictates the market, especially the crypto sector. The market is in bondage. It's being withheld from us. They're only letting tiny, tiny coins pop off here and there. That's what's going on. They're controlling it. They're controlling who can get the wealth transfer, because they understand the line in the sand is here. And if we, chosen ones, get the wealth, they're done. Because the reset is here. Based off of this word that's in my book, the reset is here. That's why when you see all these natural disasters, it means that the earth is resetting itself. We're resetting the matrix game. We are turning that clock back, and the time clock is about to start all over again. So if you've been on the bottom in the last cycle, the last age, over 2,000 years, you get this wealth transfer, you will be on the top in this next age, the age of Aquarius. And you will be in control for the next 2,000 years. They want to stay in control. That's what this is. And they don't want you getting the wealth transfer. They don't want you confronting all of these things in your life. They don't want you putting things to rest. They want to keep you burdened with all of these matrix jobs and matrix events and matrix worries about money, so that you do not sit down during this very important retrograde period, take account of your life and cross the line in the sand, or deal with it and X the line out and go back to business as normal. Stay diligent. Stay watching. The divine says stay close to the edges. If you're watching the market, you'll be able to make money, because it is being manipulated. Bitcoin, the market is in bondage. This is the message. Stay close and watching for these dates in October. I do believe that Shiba will have its time in October and November, early November. I do believe it. If they don't try any craziness with even causing this pandemic that they want to cause, bringing in more destruction so that we, our mind is off of this, it's going to affect the market if they bring in more natural disasters. So we have to pray against these things. But I'm going to leave you with this. Do what you can do. Take care of the line in the sand in your own life now, and get prepared, because the wealth transfer is here. And we will not let the enemy steal from us no more. And once you cross that line in the sand, you enter a covenant in with the new energy, with the divine, and where this earth is going, and you'll be spared. Okay, guys, Tahirah with instructions for humanity. I love you. Be well, guys. Be well.